Hi there! The ocean holds a lot of amazing and sometimes terrible secrets. Looking at the creatures living there, we can only marvel at the limitless imagination of Mother Nature, which gave rise to such terrible creatures. We see some of these creatures quite often, but others we only get to catch a glimpse of, and each of them can cause a real shock. Sarcastic fringehead. This small fish boasts an aggressive character and a huge toothy mouth, which of course can only be a predator. Before this marine creature opens its mouth, its appearance is not very different from ordinary fish. The smooth, almost scaleless body, up to 12 inches in length, is so flat that it resembles sea eels in appearance. But as soon as it opens its mouth, it instantly becomes a terrifying monster who is ready to swallow everything in its path. You can meet such a miracle in the Pacific aquatic environment at depths of 10 to 240 feet. As a rule, they occupy empty shells, abandoned burrows, and crevices. In some areas, they even settle in old cans and bottles. The main weapon of a sarcastic fringehead is its huge mouth, which at the same time is a sign of superiority over other individuals. To find out who is more important and more terrible, two males of sarcastic fringeheads open their mouths wide and press them against each other. From the outside, it looks like a strong kiss of two friends, but at this moment, both males have far from friendly feelings for each other. As a result, the winner is the one whose mouth is larger. Sarcastic fringeheads are omnivores. The amount of food they consume per year is about 13 times the mass of their own body. Sarcastic fringeheads are aggressive, and even divers diving into the Pacific Ocean are not immune to their attacks. With the exception of attacks on people who invade their living space, this species is considered harmless. Wobbegong sharks. Looking at this creature, you will not immediately understand what it is: an animal, plant, or other inanimate object. Wobbegong shark got its name because of its similarity to carpet, but this carpet has teeth and a painful bite. Wobbegong sharks have a flattened body, allowing them to live and hunt in the bottom layer of the seas and oceans. Coloring and additional skin outgrowths on the body give these predators a unique ability to camouflage among natural shelters during hunting. These benthic inhabitants are usually small in size, averaging about 4 feet in length. However, representatives of some species can reach 10 feet. Wobbegong sharks feed on small fish, crabs, lobsters, shrimps, echinoderms, and mollusks. Their color and body shape make it possible to camouflage well among the algae and corals growing around. At the bottom, they can completely sprawl out, merge with the environment, partially burrowing into the sand. They are also found in shallow water, in the seas of the temperate and tropical zones in the western part of the Pacific and eastern Indian Oceans. The word wobbegong is believed to come from an Australian Aboriginal language meaning shaggy beard, referring to the growths around the mouth of the shark of the western Pacific. Sea cucumber. These are mollusks, the body of which tends to shrink strongly at the slightest touch, becoming at the same time like a cucumber, a huge worm, or a caterpillar. Today, there are more than 1,000 species that differ in their structure, tentacle shape, color, and appearance. Animals can be both very tiny and incredibly huge, up to 10 feet, which is why they are of interest for marine hunters. This seemingly defenseless creature has its own secret weapon, which is used in case of danger. So, some types of sea cucumbers, having noticed the enemy, can greatly decrease in size, and then part of the viscera is thrown out through a rupture of the side shell of the animal's body or anus. By releasing his organs, the sea cucumber can injure the enemy with toxins or simply knock them down, and it can quickly restore all of the lost organs of the body. The sea cucumber themselves, using their sticky tentacles, catch planktonic animals, algae, and organic debris, collecting them from the bottom along with silt and sand. In the intestine, nutrients are selected from this mixture, and all unnecessary goes back out. The work of these marine scavengers is extremely important, because it is they who process more than 90% of all dead plant and animal materials that settle on the seabed. No less interesting is the fact that over 30 varieties of sea cucumbers people eat as food. The edible sea cucumbers have long been valued as a very nutritious and healing dish, so the fishing of these animals has been practiced since ancient times. Christmas tree worm. What you see now is not another beautiful underwater plant in the form of a Christmas tree, but a real animal. Looking at the sea worm, we see two, as if covered with eyelashes, colored tentacles of a spiral shape. It is they who create the shape of the New Year tree. In fact, these two Christmas trees are nothing but the respiratory and digestive organs. With their help, the sea worm filters the water, receiving nutrients and oxygen. Christmas tree worm, under this name, this brightly colored inhabitant of the tropical waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, is known to lovers of marine fauna and experienced divers. The house for the tubular polychaete worm is the calcareous tube, which it builds on its own, extracting calcium ions from the water and holding them together with saliva. Before starting the construction of the tube, the sea worm selects a coral reef as a refuge, attaching its future home to it. Then the tube is gradually replenished with new rings, increasing in size. The height of such Christmas trees rarely exceeds 1.5 inches. These creatures are easy to spot due to their beauty, fun shape, and color. Their color can be very diverse, bright blue, red, and yellow, with shades from white to pink, blue, and even black. Another characteristic feature of these worms is the presence on the tube of a lid that tightly closes the entrance to the tube. At the slightest danger, the worm instantly draws its spiral-shaped gill rays into the tube, closing with a lid. But after a few minutes, the rays slowly show out and take their original form. That is why they are so popular among divers. It is very interesting to interact with wildlife in this way. Basketstars. A ball of hard, prickly, branching tentacles, now straightened, then curled in a spiral. This is not a frame from a horror movie. Before us is an amazing class of bottom marine animals of the echinoderm type, which has many branched rays. This includes all basketstars with branched rays, as well as some shapes that have simple incurved tentacles on the ventral side. They are extremely mobile. They can be coiled and twisted around various objects. Many of them live only in the tropics, while others are quite widespread throughout the oceans and seas. They crawl along the bottom by bending rays or burrow into the ground. They move in shocks, pulling forward two pairs of tentacles and sharply bending them back. Basketstars in appearance are very similar to starfish and used to be united by scientists into one class, although they differ in many anatomical signs. These deep-sea marine animals have many branched rays, each of which can be 4 times larger than the body of these basketstars. Using them, the animal catches zooplankton and other food. The mouth is located in the center of the abdomen and has a pentagonal shape due to 5 jaws protruding into the lumen. Like other echinoderms, basketstars have no blood and gas exchange is carried out using a special water vascular system. Typically, basketstars weigh about 11 pounds. Their rays can reach 23 inches in length, and the body on average 4 inches in diameter. This is one of the most wonderful creatures that can be found across all seas at various depths. Basketstars have a lifespan of 35 years, which characterizes them as a very hardy species. Mankind is still far from having complete information about the oceans. It is no exaggeration to say that the list of secrets hidden by the water depths is endless. The seas and oceans are not tired of presenting their researchers with new and interesting surprises. What do you think of this? We are waiting for your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.